One of my biggest disappointments this year has been my relapse in binge eating, in large part because of scheduling snafus with my job. I had a really good eating pattern, but then my job hours were a little bit different than previous job experiences, and it caused a little bit of a problem. And because I love math and science and charts so much, I decided to make a chart to show how much I was binge eating over the last 3 years. And my resolution to control my binge eating I made in 2020, and I immediately started making progress. And then obviously I don't need to say what happened in March of 2020 that caused me to lose sight of my progress for a little bit. You know, I was stress eating, and I was angry with not being able to find my favorite food at the grocery store, and I was stressed about not having toilet paper, and some of that contributed to me eating a little. But I quickly corrected it, because now I wasn't having to deal with interacting with people and refusing food, and that was paradise for me. In November of 2020, I moved out to the Rocky Mountains, and I really got accepted for who I was. I was in Wallace, Idaho, and that kind of allowed me to kind of relax a little bit. And I did eat a little bit, but it was not binge eating. I was just exploring new foods, and I quickly adjusted to that. And then I had a similar effect when I first came to Phoenix, Arizona for the first time. And then we started to reopen, and I continued those good habits, actually. My working hours were very conducive, at the time, were very conducive to the schedule that I had developed. Now in 2022, I had negative binge eating because I was in a hunger strike. I had some difficulty with my family, and I decided that I would threaten to lose a lot of weight unless my family accepted me for who I was. And that hunger strike went on for a month or two. Go watch my videos from earlier this year when I decided to hunger strike. And then I had a rebound binge eat, if you will, after I concluded the hunger strike. Also, during this time, I really vamped up my other addiction, the no-fap, and I had gone 60-some days of no-fap at one point, but I replaced a lot of that with food. I adjusted to the no-fap, but then I took on the job here at the tutoring center here in Phoenix, where the hours are not very conducive with my eating schedule. To give you an idea, I would sometimes get a schedule that goes from 1 to 9, and we have hourly classes, and there's 5-10 minutes of break in between. My coworker claims that you could just eat during that. Yeah, it doesn't work so well if you're a recovering binge eater. And so I've learned to take my time and eat during the time with the students, and I've somewhat relaxed the rules a little bit, and I've been able to control my eating again. Well, now that we're in the holiday season, I've been able to use the break time to really take back some control of my eating. And so there it is. That's my binge eating history of the last 3 years in one chart. But unfortunately, I was hoping for a soft landing down to zero. I didn't anticipate the family not accepting me, and having to rebound eat, and the workplace strife, right? It just goes to show that if my family had accepted me for who I was, if the culture of work allowed for eating in the classroom, the chart could have looked more like this, right? Kind of like how when we try to predict future budget deficits or the economy, how a lot of wacky factors sometimes get in the way.